Cheat 3 here. Today we have a new puzzle called the Gumball Machine. It's more of a trick box than a Lego puzzle. It has a fairly simple solve, but it's got a cool aesthetic. Full disclosure here on this puzzle, it does contain two small magnetic pieces like this. So if you have young children or if you're worried about it falling in the hands of someone who might accidentally swallow these, that can be very dangerous and it can be fatal. So please keep that in mind if you do decide to build this puzzle. All right, let's get started on the full tutorial. All right, the puzzle starts on a 6x8 plate, and that is the dark bluish gray. And then it has 1x6 plates. Sorry, these are 1x8 plates in the dark turquoise, a 1x4, and a 1x4 tile. And then I have these 2x4 tiles. Those will go inside. 3 of those, and then a 1x6 brick in light bluish gray, 2 1x3 bricks in light bluish gray, and 2 1x4 bricks with the rail. Building up another layer, we have 2 1x8 bricks in light bluish gray, and then a 1x4 brick, a 1x6 plate. There are 3 of those. I'm going to leave a stud there for that 1x1 plate. And then the same thing on the other side, a 1x6 plate and a 1x1 plate. Next, I have 2 1x8 plates in light bright orange and a 1x4 plate in light bright orange. All right, we're gonna set this one to the side for now and use a 4x6 plate and connect a 1x4 plate to that. I have 2 1x3 plates, these go in the back. And then I have 4 of these plates with the rail on the side. And I'm going to put these 4 on the edge. And then next I have a 2x4 tile. And I'm going to use this panel piece. Let's see, it's like 2 across and maybe like, I don't know how many high, like maybe 2 bricks worth high. And I'm going to use my magnets. I want to make sure that they're attracted to each other. So I want to have the side that's attracted on the outside. So it's attracted to this side. So I'm going to put that towards the outside, and I'm going to place this right here on the back. Next, I have a bracket piece. I am going to place a 1x2 plate on the top 2 studs there. I'm going to spin it around so this piece locks in our magnet, and I'm going to put it in the puzzle like that. Next, I have these 2 1x2 bricks. They sit there. Another 1x4 brick with the rail slot, and a 1x1 brick on the end. I am going to stack these 2 1x3 plates and put those here. On this stud, I have a 1x1 tile. And then again, I'm stacking 2 1x3 plates, and they sit here. All right, I put both of those 2 pieces to the side, and now I'm working on this one here. It starts with this 2x4 plate, and I have this hitch piece. It's going to sit on those 2 studs, and then that hitch will extend. And then a 2x4 plate, and then these 1x2 rail pieces, and they will sit on a stud and extend over top 1 stud also. Next, I have this panel piece. This is going to sit like that, and then a 1x2 tile and a 2x3 plate. You may need to press from the bottom. And then I have a 1x3 plate here, a 1x1 plate, a 1x1 tile, and a 1x1 plate right there. Next, I have this 1x2 tile. It's going to sit here. I'm going to skip that stud, place a 2x2 tile over top of those two studs and overhanging one. And then I'm going to position this inside the box like that. And I also want to add another 1x4 rail piece and a 1x1 brick. And just make sure that this drawer can pull out. For the next layer, I'm going to start with this 1x1 plate. Sits right here. And a 1x6 plate. I have a 1x3 plate here. I'm going to skip that stud and one here. And then I'm going to put the tool inside that little cavity there. And these 1x2 tiles right like that. Next, I have a 2x4 tile here. Two more of those and they sit here. And a 1x4 tile here. And I'm going to take this whole piece and put it inside the puzzle like that. All right, next we are ready for the trapdoor piece, and I want to call your attention because there are two trapdoors that look very similar. So you'll see on this one that there's a little ring that hangs down below the plate, whereas on this one, it's flush. You want the one that's flush. I'll list the part number down below. But this is going to sit, actually I'm going to put the trapdoor piece in first, and that just snaps right into place. And I'm going to set that on there like that. Then I have a 1x3 tile here, a 2x4 tile there, a 1x3 tile, a 2x4, and a 1x4. I have a 1x4 brick in back, two 1x3 bricks, and two bricks that are 1x4 with the rails. All right, I've put this piece a little bit to the side, and I'm going to start another piece that starts with this 2x4 plate. It has these 1x2 rail pieces, a 3x3 plate, and a 1x3 plate. And you may want to glue these rail pieces. It's annoying if they come off because then you really have to disassemble the puzzle in order to get it working again. I have a 4x4 plate with the center cut out, and that will secure all of these together. And then a 1x1 plate on each side of another hitch plate piece. And then I have a 1x1 tile, a 2x2 corner plate, and a 2x2 plate with the two studs and the smooth area there. Next I have a 2x4 plate that sits here, and then these 1x2 plates sit on each side. I have two 1x1 tiles, they go here and here. And in between them is a 1x2 plate in coral. I have this transparent brick right here. It's a 1x2 brick. And then a 1x4 plate. Building up another layer, I have these two 1x4 tiles, a 1x3 plate, a 1x4 plate, a 2x2 corner plate, and then I'm going to put this round 1x1 tile there, and a 1x2 plate, sorry, a 1x2 tile here, and a 1x1 plate right there. Next I have these 1x2 sloped pieces. This is in the dark bluish gray, and I'm going to slope them inwards towards this opening here. And then I'm going to rotate it. And I have 4 of these 2x2 corner plates. They sit like this. On that coral piece, I have a 1x2 transparent brick. On top of the other transparent brick, I'm going to put this light bright orange tile. And then on these 3 studs, I have this 1x3 brick. And on those 2 studs, I have a 1x2 plate. Okay, the next layer is several brick pieces. This is a 1x6 brick. And then I have this 1x2 faces sideways. And this one is on these 2 outside studs on the box. This one faces in towards that transparent brick. Then I have a 1x1 brick with a Technic hole, and it's going to sit like that. And then I have a 1x2 brick, again facing in towards the transparent brick. Then I have several plates. This is a 2x2 corner plate. I have 3 of those, one there, one here, and one here. A 2x2 plate there, a 1x2 plate, and then on those 3 studs I have a 1x3 tile in yellow. And on the transparent brick I have another one of these 2x2 plates with the 2 studs and the tile portion. And the studs are going to be in line with those studs there. Okay, I'm going to build up another layer with this 1x2 brick. On those 2 studs I have another transparent brick. And then I need a 1x1 brick. That one sits here. And a 1x3 brick. And then I'm going to stack this 1x1 round white plate with this 1x1 orange tile, and that sits right here. And then this 1x2 plate goes right there. Next, I have this 2x2 corner brick, and I'm going to place a 1x1 plate just like that, and this is going to sit here. I have another 1x2 transparent piece, and then I have a 1x2 brick with a 1x2 plate on top. And then on this, where we place that 1x2 plate, I'm going to use this piece. It's 3 units high and it's 2 across. And this sits right like that. Okay, I actually have a correction. Right now this yellow tile and the dark bluish gray are kind of on the same plane, and we need to have the yellow one up 1 plane. So we have to do a little bit of disassembling and remove that yellow tile and essentially place a 1x3 plate underneath it so that the yellow tile is up 1 unit from the dark bluish gray. I'm going to replace that piece and then replace this panel piece. And now we're ready for our magnetic button. All right, it's going to start with this 2x3 plate in dark blue, and I have a dark pink 1x3 plate underneath. Then I have a blue 1x2 plate and a light bright orange 1x2 plate and a 1x2 tile in medium azure, a white 1x2 plate, and 2 light bluish gray jumpers. And there's going to be a little space here, and they are going to hang over the edge just slightly. Next, I have this 2x2 plate in yellow and a 1x2 tile in magenta. Then I have a 1x2 plate in orange and a bracket piece in the light bluish gray. And then over top of those, I'm going to put a 2x2 tile in lime. And then over on this side of the bracket, I have a 2x2 plate in white. And then I have my magnetic piece, similar to the one before, inside of this casing. And I will provide a parts list at the end. And this sits right like that. And then all of this goes inside the box. So that dark bluish gray was down a level. That's where this dark pink plate is going to sit. So we may have to move this bracket just out of the way slightly and position that into the puzzle. Okay, next we have a 1x6 brick that sits on the back here. Another 1x2 transparent brick, a 2x2 corner brick, and a 1x4 brick. Building up the puzzle, I have a 1x3 plate and a 1x6 plate. And then I have a 2x2 brick, a 1x2 plate sits on top of the transparent one, and a 1x2 brick, that one goes there, a 1x3 brick, and a 2x3 brick. Next, I'm going to turn the puzzle around, and I have these transparent half moon pieces. They are going to sit like this. And then a 1x2, and I don't know how many lengths that is, maybe 6 lengths tall. And that one goes right in front. And then this 2x2 plate sits on those two studs and aligns with those two. Okay, next I have these 1x6 tiles. I'm going to put one here and one there. And make sure you hold down that 2x2 plate underneath just so that it doesn't pop up like that. And then I have 3 1x2 tiles, one here, and one here. And then a 1x1 tile there. Make sure that you use a 1x2 and a 1x1 and not a 1x3, otherwise you won't be able to solve the puzzle. A 1x4, I don't know, this one has the 2 studs with a space in between. We have 3 of those. And then I have a 1x3 tile, a 1x1 tile, and I'm going to not quite use that just yet. I have 27 of these Technic ball joints, and they are going to go in this cavity only, not in that one there. You could also use the faceted jewel pieces to fill up your puzzle. There's these little animals like this that would probably fall through that 2x2 opening also. So just whatever you want. And we're going to put those in. So I used 27 of them, and that's how full it filled it. It didn't quite fill it all the way up, but if you'd like to add more, that is your decision. All right, and then we put the 6x8 plate on top. Okay, and then to finish off the top, I have these tiles. This is a 1x6 in the light bluish gray. There are 4 of those. And then 3 of these 2x4 tiles in between. And that is how you build the Gumball machine by Cheat 3. We will have another video on how to solve this puzzle and also how to reset it. Hopefully you enjoyed the Gumball machine. See you on the next one. Cheat 3 out.